The only fact that you say that you can cite is a YouTube video. I mean, seriously.
That's the best place to find videos.
And this is why the Republican Party is dead as a doornail.
Why is Trump destroying America?
He's destroying the economy.
All right, how?
Well, he's putting tariffs on everything, which raises the cost of everything that we buy. He's ultimately pushing away our trading partners. He bankrupted more farmers in the first quarter of last year than all the previous year combined. He's raising our gas prices with a war that nobody wants and nobody cares about. So yeah, I would say that there's a lot of things that's going on that's putting us in a worse off position.
How do tariffs? Well, first of all, tariffs don't inherently raise prices. They can raise prices. They don't inherently do that. Inherently raise prices.
Then explain why they increase the price of inputs for farmers by more than 12% within moments of the tariffs being put in.
Because we don't have a proper infrastructure to deal with certain things. Like, okay, farming out.
So tariffs raise prices then.
I don't know about farming in particular, but just in the general rule of tariffs, because I don't know. I've been out of politics for a little bit. So,
brother, the whole point of a tariff is to raise the cost of imported goods. Like, that's the whole point of a tariff. That's what it's for.
Right. Yeah, so that's why companies, so when you start tariffing things, companies then invest millions and millions of dollars in
tariffs raise prices. Like
only if you buy foreign goods. Only if you buy foreign goods.
No, because it's simple. Yes. No, because it's simple economics. Why? Because if a company realizes that they now have a runway to raise their prices, they will. That's what it is. It's not like a company just decides that they're going to keep their prices low because foreign goods are tariffed. That's not how that works.
You're not taking into account competition. What are you talking about?
What do you mean by competition?
If hypothetical here, you're making like fabric and Italy sells their fabric for $5 and we were buying Italy's fabric for $5. Now they have to sell it for $7 because Trump's putting a $2 tariff on it. Now an American company can come in and make their fabric for $5 and sell it to Americans for $5. They don't have to deal with the tariff. That's why many companies put hundreds of millions of dollars into manufacturing plants.
Then why did domestic spend for new private sector manufacturing facilities decrease as soon as Trump put these tariffs in place? That makes no sense.
I think that's just a total lie.
That's not a lie. It's on Fred. You can look that up on Fred Data. You can literally look that up. There's multiple charts about this.
I just don't stipulate that. I just know for a fact. I think it was like Hyundai put like $500 million into US.
No. You read an announcement that they did that. That's not mean that they actually did it. You see, what typically happened was that there was a lot of investment. Excuse me. Wait a second. Yeah. Excuse me. What typically happened was Trump, they were just making announcements that they made under Joe Biden, under the infrastructure bill, under the CHIPS Act, under the inflation. Excuse me. And under the Inflation Reduction Act, all those things, they just remade those announcements under Trump. And that's why if you look at the fine print, they're citing pieces of legislation like the infrastructure bill, like the Inflation Reduction Act, all of those things. And so the reality is that's why you got to go look at the data as a whole. And when you look at Fred, you can literally see that private sector spend to build new manufacturing facilities is literally down ever since Trump took office. Facts don't really care about feelings, and that's typically how that thing goes.
Well, did I cut out? I don't believe you. I can't Google it while I'm on live here. But like that's just not true.
That's a fact.
Domestic spending has gone down since Trump.
Domestic spend to build new private sector manufacturing facilities in America has gone down.
All right, I'll just have to fact check you on that. I just think we're at a disagreement of fact here. Maybe I'm wrong. I really sincerely don't think I am.
You are.
I'd love to hear a source. But
you are. I just gave you one. I just told you, Fred.
All right, give it to me again so I can look it up.
I just told you, Fred.
Fred?
You know what Fred is?
Nah, enlighten me.
Okay. Well, I think you've got a lot of research to do.
So, okay, let's backtrack here because all right, so he's destroying our economy. Do you think it is a good thing that he shut down the southern border?
What do you mean by shut down the southern border?
I mean that crossings are down like 93%, and we've deported hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants.
You see, I've never actually had a problem with a strong border. I've always wanted a strong border. I think that it's actually really important. But the problem that's going on right now is that right now you guys are spending more than Spain spends on their military to deport only 5% of violent convicted criminals. To put that in comparison, when Barack Obama was president, we deported more people, millions of people. And 92% of the people that we deported were convicted criminals. And of that 92%, 81% were deemed by the federal government as the worst of the worst. It's tier 1. That's backed up by DHS's own data. So you went from a situation where you were deporting hundreds of thousands, millions of people that were violent convicted criminals, compared to now you guys are only deporting 5% of violent convicted criminals. It's because you guys are more focused on deporting someone's grandma at CVS that speaks Spanish because she offends you because she speaks Spanish, instead of the actual terrorist, violent people in our country. The people that are the most happy right now are the cartels, because they get to run around scot-free in Trump's America because they're too stupid and low IQ to deport actual violent criminals in this country.
You're lying again. Obama, you're lying again. Obama did not deport more people than Trump. I forget what the exact name of the policy was, but it was some form of the policy where if they would see you crossing the border, they would say, it was basically like, oh, okay, come back and try again. And they counted those as, I forget the exact name of the policy. I do have to be a little more sharp.
You don't know what you're talking about.
But it is a myth. No, it is a myth that Obama actually deported more illegal immigrants.
So you're going to call DHS a lie? You're gonna call DHS?
No, it's just not.
Isn't Trump literally posting videos of Obama saying about all the people that Obama deported?
I know, and I hate that angle.
So Trump is
love to take that angle, but it's actually a wrong angle.
Trump is wrong, DHS is wrong, but you're right.
No, it's just it wasn't the policy that Obama was using wasn't actually deporting immigrants and keeping them out of our country.
They did.
It was.
They literally did.
It wasn't. Oh man, I wish I remember the policy. It was. They would come across the border, and they would say,
"Oh, okay, you know what's so funny about this is because I remember Obama being protested by some of these groups saying that they were mad that he was the deporter in chief. Now you guys are saying he didn't actually deport. It's amazing how that goes. It's amazing, really, how that operates."
I don't know what to tell you. You're just wrong about it. Okay. But so, what is more important here? What is more important here? An extra 30 cents on eggs, or not having a southern border? What would be more important in your voter tier list? Not having a southern border and having 15 million illegal crossings, or getting mad because Trump is engaging in a war that every president has engaged in for the last 25 years.
No, they haven't. First off, that's not true. Second of all, we had a nuclear deal that Trump pulled out of. Now it turns out he's going to give 10 times the amount of money to Iran that Obama did, that they literally got mad at him for. And you also presented a false choice. I have told you repeatedly that I support a strong southern border. I support more resources. Excuse me, I'm not done. I support things like more officers at the border. I support things like drones. I actually don't think Trump is doing enough to modernize the border. I think we need to put drones around to help. I think we need to get immigration judges in place so we can convict violent terrorists out of our country a lot faster than what we're doing. And personally, I don't even think that we should be sending them out on chartered planes. I think we should put them on Spirit Airlines and tell them to get the fuck out. But the thing is that that's not what you guys are doing. Again, only 5% of the people that you guys are deporting are violent convicted criminals. Those things that you have said are a false choice. You can agree that you want a stronger border. You can agree that you want terrorists out of our country. And you can also believe that you don't want to wage an unnecessary war in Iran that was started on the behest of a prime minister of another country, while U.S. intelligence said that there literally was no immediate threat to the United States of America.
You're absolutely delusional if you think Kamala Harris would have done anything to shut down the southern border. You're living in a false reality.
I don't agree with
absolutely delusional.
First off, I don't understand why Kamala Harris comes into this. I told you about what I believe in. I believe in. And second of all, the person that I support in terms of the way that, the person that I support in terms of the way they handled the southern border was Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. I think that they did a fantastic job of handling the southern border. And if I was a president or pushing policies, that's what I would support.
So here's why I say that, because we live in a world of choices. So it was either Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. So
yeah,
there's
so
no
I care.
Oh, well, if I was the emperor, I would do this,
care.
This, and this. Like,
I care more about my prices. I care more about the economy. The economy's fucked up. And personally,
so
I think that that's yes, absolutely.
Okay, you care more about economic policy. I think we have first and foremost a fundamental disagreement there.
Okay.
You cannot have a country with 15 million people crossing your border illegally.
Well, first off,
you just don't have a country anymore. They flood the voter base. You don't have a country.
First off, and you've pivoted all over the place here, but I guess I'll destroy you on this too. I love talking about the border.
You were telling lies about domestic spending.
I honestly love to talk about the border because Republicans are so just dumb on the border. They have no idea what they're doing. Honestly, I think that they're honestly.
You're the one.
This is why the Republicans are underwater on immigration, right? Because it's like, frankly, everybody knows that these guys are just stupid on the border. They don't even have common sense. But the reason for that has everything to do with the simple fact that in the beginning of Biden's term, the reason why you saw an increase of people coming over was the result of the pandemic. People all around the world were leaving poor countries to go to wealthier countries. This is why you saw in the United Kingdom.
That's not true.
You're not listening. You're not listening. You might want to listen to a history lesson.
This is like third lie in a row here.
No, so that's why you saw an uptick in illegal immigration in the United Kingdom, which was governed by a right-wing conservative government, which is why Suella Braverman, who was the Home Secretary of the time of the United Kingdom, who is now with Nigel Farage in Reform UK, was a hardcore right-winger, anti-immigration person, and she had a major uptick in illegal immigration. You saw an uptick in illegal immigration.
I don't know UK border policy.
Yeah, of course not. So don't even try to call me a liar, which you tried to do a couple seconds ago if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's the same thing with Italy. It's the same thing in Italy when Giorgia Meloni was the prime minister there. All around the world, you saw an uptick in illegal immigration at the same time. Why? Because of the fact that people were leaving poor countries and they were going to wealthier countries. And that's what it was.
All right.
That's the reason why. And that's why illegal immigration went down towards the end of Biden's term, because of the fact of when the pandemic was not an immediate pressing threat, you saw those numbers start to come down. And that's really the result of what it was.
When I leave this live, when you turn it off, and everybody in the chat, go look up on YouTube. Border agents being told to stand down by Biden administration.
That's
you will
a lie.
Find video after video after video of border agents being explicitly told not to stop people crossing the southern border illegally.
That's a lie.
To say that is a lie is totally delusional.
Have you been to the border? Have you been to the border?
No, I have not been to the border.
I have. I've been several times. Have you ever met with Border Patrol?
Right. I'm going to take your word for it.
Have you met with Border Patrol?
No.
I have. Have you ever participated in a Department of Homeland Security or a Homeland Security Committee briefing? Have you ever participated in any of that?
Dude, no.
Okay, I have. So the point is that for somebody that's been through all of those things, I can tell you, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You have no idea.
You're the one that's your argument. Your argument is just saying, I've been to the border. You got to trust me. I've been to the border. I know how it is down there.
That's not what I said.
You can just go find. You can go find video after video after video.
No, here's the difference here.
Patrol agents
the difference here.
Down at the border.
Here's the difference here. Your source is a YouTube video. My source is telling you that the reason why my
it's like a New York Times YouTube account.
My argument. You're a liar. My argument to you is the fact that you saw when numbers increased. They increased during the pandemic. They went down. It's not like Joe Biden automatically told the agents, oh, well, you can start enforcing the border now. You can start enforcing the border. Is that why the numbers went down in all the countries that I just mentioned at the exact same time? I mean, you just don't have common sense. You don't have common sense.
Honestly, I'm just telling you the facts, dog.
You don't have facts. You have not cited a single fact since I've been on here. The only fact that you say that you can cite is a YouTube video. I mean, seriously.
That's the best place to find videos.
And this is why the Republican Party is dead as a doornail, because they're walking around talking about YouTube videos. We're talking about facts. And that's why in a couple more months, you guys are going to be an extinct party and out of governing in the United States.
What are you talking about?
The midterms are coming, buddy.